Hello my friends, today we continue making Irish lace. Why do I love Irish lace? Because you can improvise, you can make one pattern. This was my initial pattern. I saw a very similar fragment somewhere, so this is what I've created. Then I went further. I've created this one, so it's a little bit improved. You can see the top is different, and instead of 4 petals I've got 5 petals. And then I thought maybe to improve this middle part, so I went with puff stitches and making larger picots. So this was my last version of the same pattern, and I must say that the nature is perfect in its own way, so every little flower will be perfect. That's perfect and perfect, as we say. And whatever you create, whatever pattern, whatever ornament you create, it will be fantastic. So I think this one is a little bit too heavy in the middle. Maybe I will create even something different after that, but today I want to show you how to create this one, and you will see that this is different technique. The technique probably you have not seen. Let's go for it. For this technique I will need 3 strands of yarn. So I've got 2 strands of yarn. It is from one ball, from outside and from inside. Any color, because it will be unseen color. And this is my main color that I will be using to make this flower. Let's start with magic loop or magic circle. Three chain stitches and 12 double crochets. I'm trying to get the end from the middle all the time, but sometimes it's got tangled. But usually it works very well, it works very nice and smooth. So I have made 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. It doesn't really matter amount of double crochets you make in a center. You just making the circle. So 10, 11, 12, 13, as many as you want to make the circle. It doesn't affect the pattern after, because we are creating the loop outside of this middle part. And to create the loop we will be making lots of single crochets, and we will be making it over 2 strands of yarn. So I'm holding the strand of yarn, making chain 1 just to secure this strand of yarn. And this is the technique. So you don't have chains, you don't have anything, you are having only 2 strands of yarn and making lots of single crochets on top. This is the technique. I don't know how to call this technique, but you are using this yarn as your base yarn, and you can create as many loops as you want. You can design maybe something different, but I want to make a large loop first, so I've made 10 single crochet. And for my other flowers I had 25, so let's make 25. (22, 23, 24, 25). Again, this is very flexible. You create your own pattern. This is just technique I want to show you today. So this I want to go almost all the way around like this. Make it in this petal, and then using your main yarn you create a slip stitch connecting this. You can leave this loop this size, or if you pull this waste yarn inside yarn you can make it tighter. I don't want to make it tighter. I think this was just perfect. And what I do after, I'm going with slip stitches or picot or something, some other decorative stitches on this side of my flower. I'm holding this inside yarn and crochet over it. So I will be making chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, and once again. In the last stitch. This is the middle part, and now we are making 5 loops. For that I will be holding these 2 strands of yarn inside and make 12 single crochets. Then 11, 12. If you want you can pull this and make it smaller, but I found this perfect size. I will skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make slip stitch in the 5th chain stitch, holding this yarn at the back and making a slip stitch. First petal, 12 single crochets again, you just have to watch that this is right side all around. It will just look prettier. Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in a fifth making a slip stitch. And I will make 3 more of these petals, so 12 single crochets. Skip 4, in the 5th chain stitch, connecting this petal with slip stitch. When you touch in the last petal, make slips chain 1, and you can cut the yarn. Pull, cut these 2 ends, check either you need to pull this tail. If you pull in it, you see it will be smaller loop. So I prefer to make slightly smaller those loops and slightly larger, or maybe the same size. To be sure, I want to make a knot. Just in case, you know. And hide those tails with the needle. Usually I hide it in the middle. Usually I crochet it off, but first it's not very comfortable to do it in front of camera. I didn't want to be awkward. And second, when you do this afterwards with the needle, the result is tidier. Sometimes I crochet over the ends, sometimes I do it like this. So entirely your choice how you prefer. Of course it is more time consuming, but it looks tidier. Another little trick I learned, that you meant to go one way and then change direction, go the other way with your tail, just for security reason. Just little trick. If you haven't seen my other videos about my other little flowers and leaves, please have a look on my channel. I have already got a nice little collection of flowers you will find, because I'm making a cardigan or maybe a sweater. Yeah, I haven't decided it yet, because I think after I start already connecting those parts, so you wait a little bit longer and I will show you the result and make the decision, will it be a cardigan or will it be a jumper. This is the last end, and my flower will look like that. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Keep creating. If you tag Hobby Crochet on Instagram or Facebook, I'm sure I will see your creation, and let me know either you are doing something with Irish lace, maybe you have already done some project. please let me know.